Okay. Okay, so hopefully this is working. What I'm gonna do is just quickly go to my channel and check to make sure it's working. And apologies if you can hear a fan, but I'm currently actually ripping and converting Fury from the Deep to MP4. So yeah, I've got the fans on full blast because it's really fucking hot today, and B, it's just really hot, so I've got to put the fans on. But yeah, in this live stream, I'm going to be talking about Fury from the Deep, which arrived today, and I've watched all of it. Watched all the special features as well, so I can comment on them. I'll also be talking about Doctor Who Out of Time, number 1, which is obviously a big finish story, and also I'll be talking about the Totally Not movie arcs and just giving some final thoughts on them, because there's a few things that are actually cropped up after I did my review on them. And actually, you know what? I'll start with that in a second, but we'll just let people get there. But just to start off, how's everyone doing? I know I can't with these live streams because of the way YouTube is. I can't really announce these live streams like on YouTube. I can't put like a thing because it doesn't let you do that unless you're a monetized channel. If you're a monetized channel, then you can put the whole thing of live streaming at this time. But if you're not monetized, then fuck you. You'll just have to basically start it whenever. So yeah, unfortunately that is the case. But anyway, I'll talk briefly about the Jungles of Mechanus, or the Totally Not movie arcs, for a bit, just because I've got a few things to say about them. And the main thing is that the quality control on them is pretty ropey. At the time of recording this, well, I should say streaming this, they are still actually available. I heard they're down to the last couple of hundred, which is surprising because they were down to apparently the last 300 for the last couple of days, but you know, apparently there's still some left. So if you still haven't got your Jungles of Mechanus Daleks, then you can order them. But the quality control is a bit iffy. So I think I mentioned in my review while mine had a sort of mark on it, a line. I'm not talking about the one on the fender, but on the skirt there was a mark. But that wasn't the more alarming thing. Is the dome lights. I've got one of mine has really wobbly dome lights, and I'm slightly worried they're going to be snapping off. Now, I did contact Character about this, and they said, "Oh yes, just send it back to us." And I decided not to because, to be honest, with the way they're handling packaging and stuff, I don't really want to risk the box. Because I said, can I not just send, the damaged one, or the one with the really loose dome lights, and said, no, you've got to send the full thing, including the Dalek, which is perfectly fine. So I decided, since it's a more minor issue like that, I decided not to bother. What I might do is actually put some super glue or something in there, because the problem is the dome light is being glued. It hasn't been glued in all the way, so the dome light is there's actually a gap that you can actually easily fit your fingernail under. In fact, probably 2 fingernails under where the dome light is and where the dome is, so it doesn't sit on it properly, which is an annoyance. And I've seen a lot of other people's where they've got boxes bashed up to hell. So yeah. Also, I see Dark Apocalypse. Yeah, you need to get one fast. Just go on the website, order it. Go into Character's website. Order 2 at least. Always order 2 because then you get the free delivery. Because they're clever with that pricing. Just 1 penny under their free delivery. So yeah, I just order 2 of them. But yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to say on that card. like I said, I did an entire live stream talking about the movie Daleks, or Totally Not Movie Daleks last time. So let's talk about, you know, the major thing, which is Fury from the Deep, which got released today. Although some people actually did get theirs like last Friday or even on Saturday, but its official release date is today, which is when I got mine in the post. So yeah, now I watched the black and white version. I don't intend on watching the colour version just because I just think it loses a lot of its creep factor in colour, and also it kind of loses its authenticity in a way to me, so I always just watch the black and white version. So thankfully this time around the black and white version is in 16:9, so they haven't cropped it this time around, because for some reason Sun and Moon decided, actually I don't know if it was Sun and Moon who decided this or the BBC decided to crop the Faceless One's black and white version to 4:3. The problem is it was designed and made with 16:9 for the colour version, so basically a lot of characters' heads and things in general were like cut off on the sides. And some people, I don't know if they were being ironic or some people were being legit about this. Some people thought they'd made a special 4:3 version. No, it was just a crop of the 16:9. So this one they haven't done that, thankfully. Excuse me. So thankfully, you know, you can get the full experience with either version. Also, the black and white version, they've actually done something slightly different. Rather than just grayscaling it, they've actually added a very, very subtle, and I actually didn't notice this actually until looking at the special features, but they've actually added a slight blue tinge to it. And the reason that they've done this is to try and give it a more CRT tube feel. Because back in the day, the glass on a CRT TV back in the 60s had a sort of a very, very, very slight blue tinge to it. So they've kind of replicated that, and they've shown us side by side. I mean, to be honest, it's still very hard to notice it, even when you know it's there. So yeah, but it is nice that they did go to that effort, you know, to put that little tinge in the black and white version. In terms of the animation, I'd say this is a heck of a lot better than Sun and Moon's animation. A heck of a lot better. For one, the character models are a lot better. For one, the characters, you know, all the characters look like the characters that they should do. And I do tend to prefer the more angular design that Big Finish Creative went for.
Ryan,
Yes?
I take the dog out.
Later!
Not later now, it's 20 to 4.
I'm busy. So yeah, interruptions. But something I do prefer the more angular design, as I said. Big Finish Creative, actually, you might remember them as, because a lot of them were before Planet 55, who did stuff like the Moon Base and what was the other one they did? They did the 10th Planet, and they also worked on what was the other one they worked on? Oh dear, what was the other one? The Reign of Terror, that's it. I just remembered off the top of my head. So, with them returning, you know, generally this is pretty good quality. However, something they did do is they decided they weren't going to be 100% faithful to the telesnaps. Although they and that is mainly to do with the shot composition. They did a few different angles, but they didn't go like off the board. They didn't go off the rails. You know, it's not like mental swooping around and that. It's something that, you know, could physically be done in the real world. Like it's not something outrageous like that. So they did take a few artistic liberties with that. But to be honest, I was fine with it for the most part. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the changes in episode 6 by making a comedy scene into a more serious, tense, impactful scene by having seaweed rise up out of the water and try to take down the helicopter that the Doctor, Jamie, and Victoria are in. Now, I'll be honest, I can see why they've done it, and I can see why people are annoyed about they've done it, but as they point out in the special features, it wouldn't have been very interesting otherwise. It would have been just the Doctor flying around in a helicopter, which may look fine in live action, but with the animation, it might not have gone as well. Yeah. But to be honest, it is a really enjoyable version to watch, and I think it is for me it is the de facto way to watch the story from now on. Because before this, obviously, was the loose cannon version. I would have said was the de facto version, but now I would say this one is. There's not really much else to say in the animation. They did a really good job overall, and really good. To be honest, I should emphasize they did really good likenesses, particularly Troughton. Troughton is very hard to get a good likeness for. I don't know how that is, but I think it's just how expressive his face is. But yeah, what do you want now? I'll take him out in 20 minutes. So yeah, I thought I had loads of time to do this live stream, so I'm going to have to wrap things up with this one and make it a bit shorter. So we'll go for about up to half an hour. So basically, in terms of special features, we've obviously got the surviving footage, which thankfully they've actually rescanned and it's in HD. So thankfully we get to enjoy the surviving footage in HD, which is good, as well as the behind the scenes footage as well, which again is given an HD scan, so it looks the best quality that it possibly could, which is always one go for this kind of thing. And we also get, the documentary where they go back to the original location, which again, really good documentary, and it is a longer one as well. Actually, it's 38 minutes long, so it's a nice sort of longer one. Probably one of the best documentaries they've done in a fair while, actually, to be honest. I mean, reasons because my new releases up and that, so it's really nice that they've done that. They've actually went to the effort on doing a full length documentary rather than try and use snippets here and there. Previous material on other people talking about the story is also included on this. So yeah, it's just generally the whole package, and I do highly recommend it if you haven't already got it. Then yeah, get it. Now, in terms of Doctor Who Out of Time, what I'll say about that is that it's a very bog standard Big Finish story, very bog standard, and it's actually everything you think it is. It's actually just the 4th Doctor and the 10th Doctor, happen to be in the same place and time, and the Daleks invade. And then they're defeated, and that's literally it. That's literally it. It's a very sort of basic bog standard story. However, it's still really enjoyable. I think I remember some people have said, "Oh, it's kind of typical. It's not really very special." I think it just depends. Like, if you really enjoy the Doctors interacting with each other, then yeah, this is a special occasion for that. And it's just, I did enjoy the story, and you're here to listen, to Tom Baker and David Tennant, bounce off each other. Which I don't know if they were recording it at the same time, because they did, because it was done over in lockdown, so it was over a Zoom call. They weren't recorded using Zoom, but they were directed by Nick Briggs, who also does obviously the Dalek voices, over a Zoom call, so they were directed that way. But actually, basically they do take the piss out of each other. Particularly the 4th Doctor, points out a lot of things about the 10th Doctor that a lot of classic Who fans complain about. So it is nice to sort of get that sort of recognition in there. But I do recommend it, and there will be more to come, because this is just the first out of 3. I'm not sure when the second one comes out, but you know, if it's up to this quality, then yeah, why not? Excuse me. To be honest, it's probably a good thing I didn't do this live stream for that long, because I've got a little bit of a cough at the moment, because it's very warm in here. It is fucking hot today. But again, the whole thing of with Fury is that everyone buys the DVD. Like, literally, I would say about 80% of like tweaks and, you know, uploads you'll see on YouTube of people doing unboxings is generally of the DVD, which I find quite frankly bizarre. But I know why people do it. Just like, ooh, it fits in the shelf nicely and blah 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 blah. I'm just like, why? I mean, to be honest, what you could do if you really wanted to do that is if you could buy the Steelbook Blu-ray now, and then wait for or even the standard Blu-ray, and then wait for the regular DVD release to become dirt cheap, because they always do. They always become dirt cheap. Where is it? Not always the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray tends to hold its value for a little bit longer, the standard version, but the DVD generally always goes down in price incredibly quickly. Like, normally it's like a month after, or even sometimes not even that. But, you know, and particularly, you know, seeing Patrick Troughton in the surviving footage in HD, you know, that is something special. Because we get to see, you know, Fraser Hines, Patrick Troughton, and excuse me, in HD, in the surviving footage. And this time, you know, it's more than just a few sort of brief snippets. It is, you know, proper footage. So, yeah, and basically, for the most part, the final, you know, act, well, where the seaweed, we're going to call it, is defeated, pretty much that entire scene where the seaweed makes its final attack and everything, pretty much you get to see the entirety of that in the surviving footage now. So, yeah, and it is, and to be honest, the quality of it looks excellent on the new restoration. It does look excellent. So, to be honest, if you were debating, oh, should I go for the DVD or the Blu-ray, that is a reason to go for the Blu-ray. The animation, I could kind of see your point on not being a massive jump up, but for that surviving footage, the Blu-ray definitely makes a difference for that. And also, the documentary. The documentary, they go back to the original location, and it does look really nice. It is a really visual documentary where they go to. It does look really, really nice. So, yeah, that's another reason for going that way. But yeah, this live stream is going to be a bit of a shorter one, unfortunately, because I'm being pestered, and that's to do things. So, yeah, but if there's anything anyone would like to quickly ask me, if they want to, then please do. I mean, I've basically talked about what I was going to talk about, and also the reason that Fury from the Deep is rated a 12 is because of the special features. It's nothing to do with the animation. Nothing in the animated episodes are rated PG. There we go. But I don't know which special feature it is. I've got a feeling it'll be the documentary. Is rated a 12. So yeah, that's pretty much. Unfortunately, that's going to be pretty much mostly it for this live stream. Let me know if actually you'd like me to do more of these more regularly. And yeah, actually we've got a question. I'll quickly answer. So, Doctress Prime. I've just ordered my copy of The Jungles of Mechanus set on Friday. Last week my order has been processed, but I'm still waiting for confirmation from character. What do you mean, a purchase confirmation? Right, I would make a double check on that. Actually, I would go into your account and double check that. Yeah. Actually, or check your bank account or PayPal or whatever you use. I use PayPal, so you know it makes the steps much quicker. But yeah, if you haven't ordered a Jungle of Mechanus set, then I would do now. Actually, I literally checked 5 minutes ago if they were in stock, but I'm just gonna check again. Yeah, it still says in stock on their website. So you know, go check that out. Oh, dispatch. Okay, yeah. If they haven't been dispatched today, then they'll probably be dispatched tomorrow. Actually, what I'll do now, actually, is we're going to OBS. I'm going to show my display capture. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So, I've literally just finished ripping disc 3. So, disc 3 has been ripped. So, what that means I can do now is I can go out. No. I can go out of OBS. Never do. Okay, here we go. Alright, so down here, there we go. There we've got the uncompressed rips of disc 3. And what I've got to do is, since they're not actually titled properly, just got to see which one of them is. So, yeah, this one's so that one's the making of documentary. So what I'm going to do is drag it over here. Dr. Fury from the Deep, making of documentary.mp4, and this is disc 3, so we'll name it disc 3. Save, and we'll add that to the queue. And ooh, I clicked it twice. And these do take a while to convert, especially at the 1080p, or how long they are. And this will be, yeah, this is the telesnap reconstruction. I mean, I probably won't, even though I won't watch the telesnap reconstruction, probably not. I just have it on there anyway, so you know it's on there. Reconstruction. And if I misspell these, if I misspell things, I don't care, because I'm the only one going to be watching them. So, meh. What one's this? Oh yes, actually that's another point. Actually, for the Blu-ray's favour is also the HD photo gallery, which is always nice to see. That iconic image there. Oof. Doctor Fury from the Deep. Photo gallery.mp4. This is what I literally have to do with like every Blu-ray release. I literally rip all of the files off there and have to name them all individually, but to be honest, it is handy to have them. Doctor Who, the visual effects. This is one of the archived interviews. Yes, this is the Peter D interview, which Peter D actually played the seaweed monster actually in the original production. Not Patter, Peter. And he talks about how he nearly suffocated, but I think that might have been included. It was included on one of the other DVD releases. It might have been the Lost in Time box set. Victor Pemberton. Pemberton, I've got to remember that. Pemberton. interview. Yeah, that's just the menu video backdrop, so I can delete that. I think that's all the files on there. So yeah, the only thing it won't let me rip because it's classed as audio is there's a special feature in there that is audio only, and is stored on the audio files on the disk. And unfortunately, I cannot really get to them. Really, stored in the files. There will be a way, but ooh, is there a ROM? Oh no, here. Ooh, the camera scripts PDF and Radio Times. There we go. So what I can do now. So what I'll do is I'll copy them to the. Where is this? I didn't check the other discs for that stuff. Just have to spin up the disc again. What's under creative? I'm trying to find the audio because there is an audio book on there, or an audio BBC audio drama on there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to rip it. The only way I would be able to get it is if I recorded it live over it, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but if I did want to do it, then I can. Yeah, it's just a game of, can we find... I can't remember what the special feature's called, actually. The slide audio drama, that's what it's called. Which was originally what eventually became Fury. Let's see all the files. These are going to be like the raw video files on there, and I don't think I'll be able to play them, no. So yeah, it's kind of it for this live stream. But I'll quickly just quickly go over the questions that are left. I used PayPal on the day I ordered mine with a receipt purchase, still waiting on dispatch. Oh yeah, stock had increased on sets last time. It was increased to 200, yeah. I remember the other day it was like 180. It's like, okay. Also I got History of the Daleks set, there we go. Set 1, there were only 2 left on the shelf. I quickly grabbed one, however, they got some paint bleeds, minor scratches, but that's all. Well, what's minor to some is Matrix to others. Now there's only 140 left in stock. I totally believe that. They do sometimes they will exaggerate how many are left though. See my copy on Thursday and Future for the Geek. Yeah, it does generally just depend. It also depends what area you're in as well, which is weird. It does just depend what area you're in as well, generally. It's kind of like with the Jungles of Mechanus set. Like, I ordered at the same time as other people, but some people with the Jungles of Mechanus set, depending on where you lived, go on different days. And also different delivery companies as well, which is weird. But generally a lot of the time once something is dispatched, kicks up to the delivery company. However quick that is, but yeah. So basically, that's it, and a kind of wrap up for this live stream. I might come back. I might come back later and do some more stuff. And but yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.